Goblins in the 2025 are actually a lot different. First off, they're Fey, which is kind of crazy. So they actually come from the Feywild, and they're the embodiment of recklessness and ruin. This is a transition from previous editions, which is very interesting. And they delight in, obviously, rampage, being loud, very energetic. And most of their raids are just seen as opportunities to set fires and torment everybody, basically. And they go ahead and try to accomplish the most wild plans, that they could probably think of. And usually the people in control are the ones that are the loudest. Additionally, like, they work with like hobgoblins and other humanoids and stuff like that in order to like sate that kind of appetite. And we're also going to go ahead and look at the first goblin, which is a goblin minion. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. And first off, I do want to point out, though, that these guys participate in just random schemes of their leaders and, all that different stuff. So we're going to look at their stat box. So first off, they are they are goblinoid, but they are small Fey. They're chaotic neutral. They have 12 AC, 7 hit points, 30-foot movement. They are CR 1/8, and they just have a dagger attack, pretty basic. And also they have 1d, so it only does a d4 plus 2, so it's not the strongest, but they do have that nimble escape ability, which is very interesting. So under this rule, actually, I think with the new, or with the old summon Fey, if you were going to go and use that, you could actually summon these guys, which would be kind of weird. I would have to double check the rules, but because they are now considered Fey, you might be able to do that. But in using these campaigns, these are great first level creatures to use, just because goblins don't have a ton of hit points. And you can also send them, you can probably send 8 of them, to be honest, at level 1, and your party will have a decent fight. So assuming you have 4 people, that's like 2 goblins per person you could probably handle. And I think that these guys are just great. They can be used in any campaign, really, because goblins are so, well, they're just everywhere, basically. Overall, kind of crazy, kind of cool. I definitely use it in my campaigns.